Okay, so in today's video, we are going to check out XRP's price chart and see what is going on there. And I do actually see some bullish signs in there. But before that, I want to talk about this piece of news from Cointelegraph a bit and tell you why, in my opinion, XRP can benefit from this heavily. So with that said, hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're having a great time with your family and loved ones. And according to David Sachs, the Digital Assets Working Group will work on defining market structures, stable coins, and evaluating the national digital asset stockpile. And let's just play about 30 seconds of this clip so you can have a better idea of what he's talking about.
The crypto capital of the world.
So it creates this working group that you will chair. What will you be looking for, and what type of guidelines are you looking to put out?
Yeah, so a few areas. So number one, market structure. We need to define what is a security, what's a commodity, what's a digital asset or collectible. So there's a few different categories here. So defining the market structure is important. Second area is stable coins. I think stable coins are a really interesting area.
Okay, so you see, after defining market structure, their second interest is a stable coin. Now, if you are a regular viewer, you know that I have been talking about stable coins for so long. And in my opinion, there are a lot of narratives in the crypto market at the moment. For example, we are having AI narrative, tokenizing real assets narrative. But I believe the thing that is going to probably attract the most adoption in US is going to be, you know what, stable coins. I just cannot help myself every single time looking at this picture and thinking XRP is going to benefit massively from adopting a stablecoin. These guys are great friends, and Brad Garlinghouse absolutely fully supported Donald Trump during his campaign. And when you think about it, I think it was 2 months ago that we had XRP's stablecoin RLUSD. And again, these signs to me point to most likely something that is going to benefit XRP massively. So if you are looking for great news, I think you should definitely look at the adoption of stable coins by US government. Now the question is, if we are going to have something like that and XRP is going to benefit massively, then okay, what are going to be the effects on the price? And do we have the evidence suggesting that we are going to continue our bull run? The answer, in my opinion, is absolutely yes. So in here, if you want to go according to classic patterns, I think you can definitely find a bull flag in this area and say the target for it is going to be somewhere around $4.5 to $5, I believe it was. But I'm thinking this is probably not going to be at least a triangle in terms of Elliott waves. In my opinion, this can be a series of 1-2s, and at the moment, we talked about this before, we might be having 5 up into 1 correction for wave 2, and this might be a 1, 2, 3 correction for 4, and soon we can expect another move on the upside in XRP into wave 5 in order to complete the subwaves for this larger to be wave 3, and then correction for 4, another move up into wave 5, and so on and so forth. And in my opinion, if this scenario is going to happen, then okay, the targets are going to be much more higher than $5 in XRP. So we definitely have the right structures. Now, what is happening in the short term? Let's go on 30-minute chart. Okay, you see, I still stand by what I said. If you want to argue that the bottom is in, for example, somewhere around this area, let's say this is like a very important support, then okay, you must be able to find off of the lowest low in this region a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up. Now, if before this 5 wave up, you're gonna have, let's say, a move on the downside, something like this, and in this phase on the upside, we take the previous major pivot height, that's actually going to be a very important sign confirming that probably the bottom is in. And let's go on the live chart and see what do we have. First things first, if you want to do a classic analysis, then okay, you can definitely argue we are having in here a series of lower highs and lower lows right in here. And what happened in this move on the upside? First, let's just compare this move down to this move up. Excuse me. There we go. This move down happened in about 160 candlesticks. On the other hand, this move up happened in about only 30 candlesticks. So as you can see, in this phase up, it seems like that we are having quite a lot more power relative to this move on the downside. And I'm going to argue that bulls now do have the upper hand, and this is a very important characteristic of an impulsive structure. And because in this move up, we actually took the previous major pivot high, I believe that actually adds quite a bit more validity to this bullish possibility. So what's the point that I'm trying to say? I believe this is an impulsive structure on the upside, followed by that we are having a correction down, and after our correction is over, we are going to probably have another move on the upside, and there's a good chance that in XRP the bottom is going to be in right in here about, if I just hide everything, excuse me, let's say somewhere around $2.8. Now here's a very important point. In the previous video about XRP, I was saying, well, okay, this initial move on the downside in Ripple is actually quite strong. So it might be an impulse, and followed by that, I'm expecting a move up, but probably that move is going to be in form of a correction structure. And what's going to happen next? Probably we are going to have another move down in order to take this low about, let's say, $3 in order to overall have a correction structure in form of, you know it, an ABC zigzag. And I still believe that this scenario is going to be in play and in this move down, because we still haven't taken this low. Then okay, for me makes perfect sense to say we may have another move down in order to complete. If I just take this one, excuse me, what is happening? Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 wave down into a larger degree C leg of this ABC structure. And here's a very important point. I think we are most likely in this phase not going to actually take the lowest low down here about, let's say, $2.8. So for the next couple of days in XRP, in my opinion, we can definitely expect another move on the downside, but that is not going to be a deal breaker. In my opinion, this is just going to be a simple correction structure. And once more, you can actually compare this move up to this move on the downside. Let's just do it real quick. Okay. This move down is happening in about, let's say, 450 candlesticks. On the other hand, this move up happened in about 30. So what's the message? The message is, despite having way more than enough time, it seems like that bears are actually failing to completely pull the price all the way back down to these levels and completely cover this move on the upside. And we can definitely argue, based on the current evidence, that bulls do still have the upper hand. Does this mean that I am right 100%? No, definitely not. There is no certainty in any market. There are only probabilities. And based on probabilities, I would like to argue the bottom is in XRP. And for the next couple of days, we are going to have another move on the downside. But then we are probably going to start the next phase of the bull run in order to reach to somewhere around, let's say, $4 to $5 for the first target. So in terms of news, we are having great ones. And for now, at least, I'm not seeing any bearish XRP news. And in terms of structures and in my field of work, specifically Elliott waves, I think we look absolutely magnificent. So makes perfect sense for me to say that odds are our bull run is not over yet, and we are going to continue our uptrend for quite some time. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in XRP's price chart. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next video, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.